Hello there guys, it's Jackie. So welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. So for this video, I am going to be doing my first bullet journal video. How exciting. So if you didn't know, I am a big bullet journal fan, and I've been waiting and wanting to do this video for kind of a while. So yeah, let's just hop right in. So one of the most important things I decided to do was sketch out all the different plans, the spreads, and like the layouts for everything in this setup in pencil, so then I can just trace it over with my markers, my pens, and whatever. So yeah, in this year I wanted to start a new bullet journal. So I got this bullet journal in Manila, and it's actually a traveler's notebook. So there's two different kinds of notebooks in there, with one with like completely blank pages, which I use for like more of my creative spreads, and the other was like my planner one, which has like the dot grids that I've been looking for so long, and I finally have it. So I started my creative notebook by writing out 2019 in this like simple minimalistic font or whatever, and then I started with movies I've watched and TV shows I've watched, and that's something different I started in this bullet journal, because in my last one I did the movies to watch and TV shows to watch, and I didn't actually end up watching a lot of them, and I started watching like other movies and TV shows that I was interested in. So I thought this was like a nice alternative, and hopefully I keep up with it, because I really did not keep up with my last one. So as you can see, like throughout like this whole video, majority of my designs are very simple and very minimalistic, because that's the kind of style I like. And if I wanted to do like more creative stuff, I can always add on to it. But since these specific spreads I'm going to be using the entire year, I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to get sick of the style or like of the color. So I just decided to keep it black, white, and gray, because you know, this is just how I like it. So this spread right here is definitely one of my favorites of all the spreads I've made throughout this entire video, because it's the books I've read. And if you saw one of my last videos, you know that I am a big bookworm, and I ended up really liking how this turned out. And in my last bullet journal, I didn't leave a lot of space for the books I've read, which I really underestimated how many books I would read. And so I decided to put a lot more pages and a lot more spaces. So in each page, I'm going to be tracking down how many books I've read, and even like some of their series and stuff. And then right next to it, I would give like my ratings about it. And then hopefully I'll be giving a lot of book talks on any of these books. So to trace this books I've read spread, I used a calligraphy pen that I got for Christmas. And then after that, I'm going to be coloring it in with this Miniso watercolor pen that I actually really like and use a lot throughout this video. So I used it for the movies I've watched and the TV shows I've watched title, and then I use it in the I've read part in this spread. So yeah, I'm really good at voiceovers, as you can tell. So right now I'm just using this big old eraser that I have to erase all the pencil marks to make sure that this spread has a nice clean look, and you can see me doing that throughout the whole video, just erasing. So the next spread I'm making is the memorable quotes spread, and I'm kind of excited for this one because I didn't have a lot of space in my last bullet journal, so I decided to give this one a double spread. And in here I'll just be writing down any quotes that I really like from like the books I read or TV shows or movies I've watched. And the next one is memorable song lyrics, so if I ever like listen to like a nice song and I can really relate to the lyrics, or I really think like the lyrics are beautiful, I'll just write them down in here. So the next spread I'm making is a brain dump, and I found brain dumps really useful in my last bullet journal. I had a couple of them, so maybe I'll have like a lot more here. So in brain dumps, I usually just put my ideas, thoughts, feelings, or like things that wouldn't go in my journal. So next I have my birthdays to remember spread, and I created a different layout this year for it. So I just put like block letters of first letter of each month, and then I would have people write down their birthdays and the number under their birth month with their name, and that's how I usually like to do it. So yeah, I just put like a simple little banner. It's a very simple design, and I put the letter birthdays to look like candles, but you can't really tell because my pen is so small. So yeah, this kind of took me a while. So yeah, I keep saying so. I'm sorry. So this next spread, I don't really have a lot here because I can't actually put a lot in. It's my users and passwords spread where I would put like my users and my passwords of like different accounts and stuff. And I found that really useful in my last bullet journal. So now we begin my planner part with the notebook that has the dot grid. So the first thing I did was put my user info. So I put my name, my email, my contact number, and my signature there. So after that, I'm going to start my key, and I decided to change up how I would put my task in by coloring the square instead of putting a check mark over it. And I just kept it very simple, very minimalistic because, you know, as you can tell, like that's the theme of it this year. So for my 2019 yearly cover, I was really excited on making this because I got a lot of inspiration throughout like all the videos I've been watching, all the Pinterest posts I've been pinning, and I decided to go with some stars and some light bulbs hanging from like the top of the page, 2019, with the cursive font of 2019 pasted there. And I know it says 2018, don't worry, I fixed it later. And then I decided to do this doodle of a girl that I recreated from Pinterest using a Faber Castell calligraphy pen, and I just colored in 2019 with the Miniso watercolor pen. That's actually been very useful throughout this whole setup. So yeah, just erasing all those erasers that I needed. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm so bad at voiceovers, this is so weird for me. So now we start my gear at a glance, and this is always a pain. Everyone knows it's a pain to make, but it's so worth it and it's so satisfying to see at the end. So again, I kept it very minimalistic, and I got inspiration throughout the spread from a video that I'll link down below that I really liked. You can see later in the video that I didn't do a future log, like a yearly future or a monthly log, because I decided to just combine it with the year at a glance to, you know, save paper and save space, and I thought that was very convenient. So yeah. So while I was making the titles for this month, I messed up a lot, so I just covered it with my watercolor pen that I use, and I just messed up a lot. I'm probably gonna replace it, and it doesn't look so bad on camera actually. So I just continued the spread by using my watercolor pen and my Pilot G-Tec, which is the pen I've been using throughout this video a lot, and it's .03 if you're wondering. And because I ran out of space on the double spread, I continued it on the third page. And next, I'm starting my year in pixels, and this is one of my favorite pages in my bullet journal. So I don't do mood trackers throughout like by month. I like to see them all out of the year, and I really love how the output looks toward the end of the year because it's so colorful and stuff. So this year I decided to use some of this pastel calligraphy pens plus my orange light orange Miniso pen. So I didn't draw the grids on theirs because I forgot to bring the grid paper, but after that, off camera, I added it, so just saying. So now we move on to my monthly quote and my monthly cover. So I actually had a hard time picking out this quote for the new year since it's the first one, and I found this quote off Pinterest which says 12 new chapters and 365 chances. And I like this because it shows that there's a fresh start and you can have more possibilities and stuff. Yeah, I'm very bad at explaining and I'm very bad at voiceovers. So yeah, I just kept it very simple using my calligraphy pens and my pens. So yeah. After that, I just added some doodles of a firework, which was inspired by Amanda Riccioli's spread last year. And next, I started my monthly cover, and I just used some floral doodles and a moon, which is inspired by the video linked down below, which I used for the 2019 at a glance. And I like it because it's very simple, and I also carried that onto my calendar. So for the calendar, I just used little tiny boxes, and I drew this like big leaf thing at the side since there was a lot of space. And I really liked how this turned out, and I can't wait to fill it in. So this next part is something really new that I really want to try for this year, and it's January memories, where I'm gonna have the same almost like a similar calendar layout, but instead of writing down the events and things that are going on in my life, I would write down memories, kind of like a small little journal, but instead like I don't have to write like paragraphs or lists and stuff, and instead I'm just gonna write like a few phrases about my day and like some highlights, or maybe even like some pictures and stickers. So I'm really excited to see if I can keep up with it, and like can't wait to see how it turns out when it's done at the end of the month. And so for the last part of my setup, I just drew out or kind of sketched out the first part of my weekly spread, and I kept it very simple because I want to try doing a more creative style of planning my week by adding like stickers and pictures. So I didn't do much here, but you know, there's something there. So here's just me fixing that mistake earlier after I realized I put 18 instead of 19. So that was my 2019 bullet journal setup. So if you guys want me to do more of these, like every month where I just lay out and plan my month or whatever, I really like these kind of videos. I really hope that I can do some of these, and they were pretty easy to film and I really enjoyed it, even though it took kind of a while. But this is gonna be my month, and I hope I can actually keep up with it compared to last year, which I really didn't. But I'm more encouraged this year because it looks a lot more clean, it looks a lot cuter. So yeah. So happy holidays, guys, and I hope that you guys have a safe but happy and memorable new year, and I hope that you can join me as I start my new year, where I'll be posting a lot more videos, especially towards the end of this month, because I have a lot more time. And if you want to, you can, but you don't have to. As I always say, subscribe and comment down any video ideas you want to see in this upcoming new year or towards the end of the month. And if you want to follow me more, I just got a new Twitter, so you don't have to, but if you want to see some stupid tweets from me, I'll link it down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. See you next time. Bye!